Warning, this video contains spoilers! When it comes down to Chainsaw Man, I feel extremely abnormal while discussing it. It's a series that only has 97 chapters, yet it's risen through my favorites list faster than anything before it, surpassing series that are beloved like Jujutsu Kaisen, Black Clover, and even My Hero Academia in its quality, landing at my 6th favorite series of all time, and while some may say this is recency bias, I digress. The series was already in my top 30 before the Gun Devil arc, and upon completion of the entire series, I realized that Chainsaw Man is the greatest new gen series of all time in my opinion. In fact, some may even consider it a masterpiece, and while I agree, it truly does depend on how one defines a masterpiece, as it's still far away from that 10 out of 10. Anyway, welcome to one of my new favorite series, Chainsaw Man. In only 97 chapters, Fujimoto, the author of Chainsaw Man, created a series that was beyond its time. A series with deeper characters, more foreshadowing, and more fantastic twists than most mangakas can do in over 400 chapters. With some of the greatest art I've ever seen in weekly shonen manga to just straight up having a more unique protagonist than 90% of shonen, Fujimoto is a genius. As soon as I finished chapter 1, I knew I was in for a ride, and while it started off high, felt a little stagnant in the middle, by the end of the series, the ride skyrocketed to the moon, and I found one of the highest peaks in writing than I've seen in a while, with the entire series building up to 2 questions, being who is Makima and why is everyone trying to kill her. These 2 questions become the biggest mystery of the series, and for every single arc, every single chapter we read, this mystery grows, as we see her slowly reveal abilities that from our understanding of Chainsaw Man are an impossibility, like how I thought she had died but somehow she miraculously survived from a gunshot to the head, or how everyone wanted her dead for some strange reason. Her twist in the end being the Control Devil was excellently well done, and for the reveal to only instantly be turned to my favorite character's death made it even more impactful and memorable. The manga does such a good job that by chapter 82 you are screaming at Makima, you are wishing for nothing else but her death, but deep down you know that you still love her as a character. In only 97 chapters, Chainsaw Man develops the main cast full circle, but yet it doesn't feel like they instantly changed, but more realistically, like it took years for them to find this change. The character development the main trio has is incredible. Aki developing from hating every devil to being fine with dropping his plans for revenge against the Gun Devil just to be able to keep Power and Denji safe. One devil and one half devil, eventually only a few chapters later developing even more to the point of being willing to give up his own life, because at the end of the story, they are the same as siblings to him in the end, and he never wants to lose his siblings again. While Power didn't develop nearly this much, she did change from only wanting to protect herself and be on the winning team side to betraying Makima even though she knows it will mean her death, just so that she can keep Denji safe, because Denji is like a brother to her. And there are many characters like this in Chainsaw Man. The majority of the main side characters aren't lower than A tier if we're putting them on a tier list. You have the Angel Devil, Rize, Komeni, and even more goated characters, but I think you get the point. The transitions between arcs, genres, and calm to action moments are all extremely well done. Chainsaw Man flows very well and goes from arc to arc, moment to moment, quickly and abruptly. For example, Fujimoto killed a character known as Himeno in one of the earlier arcs. She was killed very abruptly, like it was almost out of nowhere. From an audience point of view, you would think that she was about to be a main side character, possibly Aki's future wife. But she was quickly taken out right as the viewer started to care for her. This abrupt feeling gives the show a sense of danger and is used to expand Denji's and Aki's characters. This threat of danger especially becomes prevalent as we reach the Control Devil arc, where you have no idea if even Denji himself will make it out alive. The great thing about Chainsaw Man is Fujimoto is not scared to kill off his characters. He is willing to kill off Power. He is willing to kill off Aki. 2 of the main trio characters he killed off like they were nothing. through their deaths, they went full circle. It was because of their deaths that made them go there, because they each had their own view of how they wanted to go out. Aki wanted to die by killing the Gun Devil, or die after he got his revenge. Where Power just wanted to fight for the right team, fight for the winning side. She didn't want to be on the losing team. But in the end, they both go through the things that they don't want to do because of their development. The transitions between the fights and slice of life moments are really good as well. For example, one of the greatest arcs in Chainsaw Man has one of the weirdest starts. The Gun Devil arc starts off with this slice of life atmosphere. The whole start is just chapters of the main trio recovering from their previous encounter with the Darkness Devil. And it's in this arc you really start seeing them as a family, as a group of people who are trying to take care of each other after the recent tragedy. Immediately after this slice of life, it transitions to the best chapters of the manga, in my opinion. You watch as Power and Aki are ruthlessly killed. You see, you were given this sense of peace. The Gun Devil. The devil written from the start to appear as the main antagonist in the story, the devil that kills Aki's family and killed too many people to count, what appeared defeated. But then you skip to Aki's vision from the future devil, where he is told that Power and Denji were going to experience a terrible death from the Gun Devil. Immediately running to Makima with the Angel Devil, he seeks help. He wants a new contract, and she reveals herself as the Control Devil. The second this happens, Angel remembers his entire life, and how Makima manipulated him from the start. Then we skip to the President of the United States of America, who sacrifices 1 year of every American's life to the Gun Devil for one sole purpose, and that sole purpose is to kill Makima. And as everything is revealed, Makima is the true main antagonist of part 1, and from the start she was manipulating Denji to give him happiness to only be able to rip it away eventually. Makima's reveal was amazingly well done, with all the build-up, foreshadowing, and more. It was incredible. But without the transition of the arcs, starting with those slice of life chapters, Aki begging Makima for power, Aki and Power's 2 deaths, would have never made me cry the way that they did. The power system in Chainsaw Man is unique and interesting as well. I love how each and every human can make a deal with devils to gain a piece of their power, to use in this war against the devils. And the fact that the main character can become a chainsaw is sick. Plus he wants them melons. Chainsaw Man is the perfect mix of pure comedy, action, and greatness. The only reason why it isn't a 10 out of 10, and that's what the majority of people call a masterpiece, is for a few reasons. It is incomplete. It hasn't wrapped up all of its story threads, and I feel like it has only scratched the surface of its world. This can change as part 2 is coming soon, but I don't believe an author has to solve every single plot thread that he connects, but I think that most of them do. And when it comes to Chainsaw Man, simply most of them just haven't been answered yet. My next critique is, while the transitions and pacing is amazing, there's a few spots I wish the manga took a bit more time with. I don't think they were rushed, but probably the best thing would be to just have 3 more chapters or 60 pages scattered across the manga to help make certain parts not feel too abrupt, because there still has to be that healthy balance of quickness, abruptness, but still some time to just chill, especially with how they did the slice of life arc. That was like that time to chill that made it really, really good. 10 of these pages I would actually dedicate to the last chapter too. While the ending is phenomenal to part 1 in my opinion, I still just wish that some small bits were expanded upon a little more. Even without those bits though, the final arc in Chainsaw Man is still a 10 out of 10 for me. Thirdly, I'd like to mention Kishibe. Kishibe gave me some of those overpowered character vibes like Kakashi from Naruto, or Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen, to even Yami from Black Clover. I just had those really cool overpowered character vibes coming from him, but his only battle in the series was mostly off screen. Every moment of the battle we saw was sick and I loved it, but I just wish we saw a massive fight where Makima and Kishibe fought or something like that. Even if it took only a single chapter to end, it would just be cool to be able to see Kishibe using all of his strength as one last attempt to beat Makima after seeing all of his plans fail. And once realizing that it's hopeless and that he could just put all of his trust in Denji's plan. It doesn't have to be there, and it's totally cool that Fujimoto didn't do that, but I just want to see more fights with Kishibe, because Kishibe is really cool, and I really do like Kishibe. I do think that he will be expanded upon in part 2, so we'll just have to wait and see for that critique. My final critique is something I never personally experienced, but I called up one of my close friends and asked him any issues that he found with Chainsaw Man, and he said something that was very interesting. interesting, and that issue was that the middle was a little slow. He enjoyed it, but some parts he had to force himself to continue reading. Personally, I never experienced the forced to read aspect, but there was definitely an arc or two that were weaker than the majority of Chainsaw Man. Overall, I just love how from start to finish, Chainsaw Man is connected. How everything led to this massive twist with Makima, and how it ended by completing its themes. So maybe Chainsaw Man isn't a 10 out of 10. Maybe it's a 9. But in my eyes, it isn't almost a masterpiece. It is a masterpiece. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys ended up enjoying today's video, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you are new, and drop a comment down below about what you guys think about Chainsaw Man. What would you rate Chainsaw Man? Just let me know a rating, let me know your thoughts on the series, and all of that. Anyway, this has been Poxal, and I will see you guys all in the next video.